Thank you, President. As we mark the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, racism, structural discrimination, and inequalities remain and are faced by millions. Owing to the legacy and consequences of slavery and colonialism, people of African descent continue to face structural racism and barriers in accessing services and exercising their rights. COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted this reality as people of African descent and indigenous communities have been more severely affected. As reiterated by our executive director at the Durban Plus 20 in New York, women and girls of African descent bear the burden of both sexism and racism and have been too often denied reproductive health rights. They are more likely to be victims of violence, including trafficking, exploitation, and sexual and intimate partner violence, and are 3 to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth. We also lack systematically collected data disaggregated by ethnicity and race, which results in the visibility of women and girls of African descent. We welcome this year's theme, Voices for Action Against Racism, and we continue to support the meaningful participation of those most affected by racial discrimination in relevant forums. UNFPA stands ready and committed to continue our efforts for the implementation of the Durban Declaration and its program of action. We will continue our work to strengthen visibility and data of people of African descent, advocate for universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights, address sexual and gender-based violence, and amplify their voices. In concluding, let's recall the commitment made at the Nairobi Summit on ICPD 25 to encourage countries to draw on their demographic diversity to achieve sustainable development, to invest in education, family planning, and sexual and reproductive health services for adolescents and youth in order to fully harness a demographic dividend that meets the aspirations of recognition, justice, and development for those most marginalized and discriminated, and in particular, people of African descent. Thank you.